Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? That Danielle knows she is funny and petty at the same time. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And Jen, oh my God, do we have to know that you don't do the swallowing no more because Bill eats spicy foods? Oh my God, good, good. OMG already. Hey, besties, it's Behind the Shade, and we are here for another episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 11, and it's called Sleepover with One Eye Open. I don't like that title either. There are so many other things it could have been called. What y'all think this episode should have been called? I want to get you guys interactive. Get active, get active. We could have, it needs a new name. Remember, she said stay over, not sleep over? What about that? What do you rate this episode? Because, honey, New Jersey is bringing it. Drama. Let's get into it. And as you come in, don't forget to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed and comment respectfully because I'm your best friend. You're mine, that we don't act like these people we talk of. We're just observing their behavior. Nothing wrong with that. And make sure you comment on how you feel about the episode, not how I felt about it. Okay. So it starts off. Jen goes to lunch with her brothers. They discuss Jackie and how Teresa doesn't have her back. And she don't like that. And so she's going to tell Teresa how she feels and how disappointed she is because things have to change. Now Danielle and her daughter goes over to Rachel's house for a play date. Because Rachel has two girls and Danielle has one. So she catches Rachel up on what happened at Teresa's podcast event. She came for Jen Aiden, right? And she said, "You look like crap." But she said the S hit word. And that was so funny to me. That darn Danielle, she is in it. I think she's here to take over. If she can, because she's the it Jersey girl. I'm sorry. Bye, Tree. We got a new one in town, honey. So Rachel wants to have a pajama party. And she's inviting Jen and Jen Aiden, and wants to know how Danielle feels about it. That's how you're supposed to do with your friends, Heather. You should have asked Shannon on OC, how do you feel about Alexis coming over? Anyway, Danielle, she like, oh, it's fine. I don't care about that. But she said, and so Rachel lets her know, well, I'm not inviting Teresa to my house. I'm inviting Jackie. And Danielle said she'll be on her best behavior. Uh-huh. So Teresa is at the house talking to Gia, and Gia brings up Louis and his ex-wife. Little girl, you are in your room. Your mother just brought you something to eat. Go back to studying your lawyer's test. What is it called? The L-stat test? Go back to studying. You over here just trying to be a housewife. Maybe she coming for her mama's chair. You coming for your mama? So they've been fighting for 3 years with this woman, and they had to file a restraining order. They say she's crazy, and Margaret is behind all of this. And she's been talking to they mad at Margaret because she's been talking to Louis' ex, and that's why Teresa doesn't like her a lot. The H word. I'm not saying that word, but anyway, Teresa can't wait till she exposes Margaret. And okay, girl. But what I found out in the YouTube streets is Louis is the crazy one. That woman ain't bothering them. He's bothering her. But I can't remember, so I'm gonna be quiet because now I'm kind of thinking, wait, but I remember like I believe that they're lying on the ex. Like she's not that crazy. I think it's Louis that's being crazy. Now let's remember he's the one that called Margaret's son. He's the one that got a private investigator. Like, who's the crazy one again? But moving forward, so the Gorgas go visit Margaret because Margaret wants Joe Gorga to come help her Joe cut this old tree down in her backyard. And Joe Gorga used to be a landscaper before a contractor. So they mentioned how Jackie had a bad mitzvah for her daughter and didn't tell them. And Margaret commented on it. And so Margaret says she can be socially cordial, unlike Jen and Danielle. And then they can't see them both coming to the pajama party and be cordial to each other. And it's like, yeah, because Jen and Danielle, they're at heads, so they don't understand how they come in to this pajama party. So Dolores goes to visit Jen Fessler. Jen asks what happened at the podcast after she left. Teresa, they know that they're saying, Dolores, she gonna defend her Teresa. Teresa is just stressed out about this court case, and Dolores stopped her from telling her the details about Louis court case. They hate how this group of ladies aren't having fun. Like when they went to Ireland last year, they just said how they show clips of them just having a good time. Danielle asked Jen what's going on with her. No, Dolores asked Jen what's going on with her and Rachel. And so she read a text that she sent to Rachel explaining the situation when Gia and Teresa asked her, was John bad mouthing them? She defended him, and now she's upset because Rachel keeps turning on her. And she was like, in moving forward, she won't say anything. So Rachel didn't respond to Jen Fessler's text. Then when Jen declined her invitation to go to the pajama party, that's when Rachel texts her back saying, I hope this don't have nothing to do with me not responding to your text. Well, what do you think it has to do? She reached out to you explaining that she was defending your husband when they asked her a question, and you got mad because you just heard his name and their name in the same sentence. You just got mad. The way you resolve things is you have to respond sometimes, Rachel. Dang. So Dolores thinks they are in different stages, Jen Fessler and Rachel, because there's a big age gap. So she just thinks they're in different stages of their life. And Dolores wants Jen to help her plan a retreat for these girls. And so she said, we need to go not too far, but we need to put these fires out, because some friendships can be saved. So Jen texts Rachel and says that she is now coming to the party. And so she hopes that they can move past this. And then, she does a little throw up like, ugh, because she feels like Dolores has encouraged her to, bridge the gap. So Teresa and Jen, honey, meet up for lunch, honey. And so Teresa apologizes about what happened between Danielle and Jen at her the Tulum party. So, Jen Aiden is like, she ripped me a new one. And you guys didn't say anything. So Teresa says, I wasn't going to fight. Like I had to do a Q&A and take pictures after, at her event, her podcast. So she's like, I had stuff to do. And so Jen said, this is about us, not about Danielle. So Jen gives her examples of how she doesn't do anything, and she always comes to Teresa's defense. And so she's like, Teresa, I need a friend. I felt so alone. And so I defend you. And Teresa keeps saying, I don't know whoever, I don't know how, whoever is gonna react. And Jen says, well, maybe I should just stop coming to your assist all the time, So Teresa says she's sorry and she feels that way. She said, I'll ride or die for you too, and I'll pick you over Danielle. And then she asked Teresa, well, how's the court case? And so she discusses the restraining order, and she can't wait till she can air everything out. Oh my God, Teresa, Okay, Teresa. So it's Rachel's stayover party. See, that's what she called it, a stayover party. Um, so everything is set and everything looks so cute. She had everything well put together. The table, the seating, the decorations. There was plenty of food in the bar. I don't think I saw a DJ, but I'm sure, they were going to be playing games, so you don't really need music so much. She got the kids settled. I guess they were upstairs asleep. John was leaving for the evening. And then Margaret comes first, then Melissa, Jackie, and then Jen Aiden. Or was it Fessler? I got to put these initials on here. You notice in these shows, there's a Jen almost in every show I review. And then there's a few shows where two people got the same name. Oh, goodness. So, what Rachel did really well was she had all the girls in monogram pajamas, matching pajamas, and she had their slippers for them. Just so cute. It was pink. And so that Jen was Jennifer Aiden, because here I come right here. Jen Fester comes. They all speak and kiss. And so they go privately to chat. So Jen says, Jen Fessler and Rachel. So Jen says she had nothing left to fight in her with. She has nothing left. They discuss Teresa and Gia. Rachel wishes Jen would have just pulled her to the side then. Jen says she was defending John. Rachel said she was immediately upset when she heard John and Teresa's name in the same sentence. Yeah, calm down, girl. Then apologize for ignoring her text. Jen says the toxicity in this group is contagious and she thinks her and Rachel caught it. And so Rachel's like, yeah, we did catch it. And so back to the party. Child, Rachel got a lipstick reader to come. Every one of these franchises always wants some psychic at the party. So everyone has fillers in their lips. So Margaret asked, would that be an issue? And she was like, no. So what they had to do was they had to put on lipstick. They chose a color. The lady had the colors. And they had to kiss a card. And then she'll read their personality based on their lip imprints. So Jen asked Jackie about the book and the sales after she tells her that she finished reading it. She was like, it was a good book. I enjoyed it. And she says, oh, no, she asked, was the book selling? And so she said yes. Jackie said yes, the book is selling. She thought it would be on a New York's bestsellers list, but she said it's much harder to get on that. And so in Jen's confessionals, she said, well, not everyone could be Teresa Giudice. Oh, brother. Jennifer, be quiet. It's going well, but she's getting hot press. She's getting hot off the press. She's getting lots off the press. So that's good. Danielle finally comes. Child, she baked a cake. It had all 7 of the girls on it, but one on the side, on the corner, was falling off. So Margaret gonna ask, is the one that has fallen over, is that Jennifer Aiden? And so Dolores asks, is that intentional? And Danielle says, no comment. And so Jen Fester says, stop causing trouble. And Margaret said, it was just a joke. So Danielle says she must have hit a bump on the road on the way over, something like that. So Jen says, that's okay. I'm not going to eat that cake anyway. Be quiet, Jen. Dang. So in Danielle's confessional, she says she wouldn't do anything to the real Jen, but the cake, maybe. Well, you did. You ran over a bump, you put her on the edge, and she falling off the cake. Okay. You did a lot. That was like, oh, man. So then they play this fruit roll-up game. And Jen wins, honey. She is licking that thing up in her mouth. She getting that fruit roll up in her mouth. So she wins that game. And they make a little joke about that or whatever, because of course it's sexual. Ooh, can I say that word? Of course is intercourse-ish. So they sit down and eat, and Margaret asks, the question. They're keeping it moving with the game. So she's asking, what's the move that your guy does to put you on know that he wants to have sex, wants to have intercourse. So Rachel says he walks towards me. And Melissa says he moans and says, "You're so pretty." And Danielle said, "Oh, Nate does the same thing." So Jen Fester says, her husband says, "Hey there." They all laugh. And then they ask Dolores, and Dolores was like, "Nothing, because men always want to have sex. You just," and so Jen Fester said, "Just breathe." And I'm like, "Yeah." And so Jen asked, and so Jen says something, Jen Aiden says something about milk the prostate. Milk the prostate. And nobody knows what she's talking about. And Danielle is like, "What?" She milks her husband's prostate. Then Dolores tells everyone they want to have a retreat. It's like time to change the subject because we don't know what you're talking about, Jennifer Aiden. So Danielle changes the subject. "Well, you guys, we want to have a retreat. You know, we have good here. There's goodness here. We're just broken. Let's get this going. Let's get it out. And let's heal." So Jackie says you should be mature enough to be in a room with someone you don't like and be nice to them. Because once you make believe a little bit, it can become natural. And that's how Dolores says she got along with her Frank after their divorce. Melissa and Jen Aiden agrees because that's what they've been doing. And Dolores says this is about fixing things. Jennifer Aiden asked, "Is Teresa coming?" Dolores said, "Let us work on that. We got this." Um, so everyone is in, and so they all go and take a lemon drop shot. And I believe that was the end of that episode. But honey, what do you guys rate this this episode? It was cool. It wasn't like fully just woo woo woo, but we are getting a feel of the show without Teresa. She wasn't there. And of course, they're going to film separately, but it's kind of like this show can go on without her. It can go on. If she get a spinoff or she just goes away, this show, this franchise can survive. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel so you know when my next video comes up, and I will talk to you later, besties. Bye.